Hi, Marcel, the Wood Butcher again. I'm still handheld, but I'm HD now, so I'm going to have to put you on the space station for a second. You're going to see the sign again, and then, you get to see me. Yeah, I got to give me a second to position this camera. I think I have it right. Yeah, I tried to preset it. Let me tell you something. This is strange because it's opposite of everything I do. I apologize for the lighting situation. I don't have the budget to fix that yet. But, hey, I'm in HD now. Anyway, this episode is a project, again, that was a strange request to build, but I'm going to do it. Maybe I should lower this just a bit because I have a tendency to lean on the counter. Okay? And you know what? I'm going to move the camera. Is that way or that way better? I don't know. I'm learning. Oh, that's no good. Okay. Well, we'll try right here. That looks kind of centered or close enough. Let me get these damn safety glasses off. Yeah, they're sunglasses, but they're safety sunglasses. You know, the ANSI authorized, like I always tell you, protect your eyes. Well, when I'm on job sites and it's a bright light, I was on the roof of a movie theater about 2 weeks ago, putting exterior Cat 6 cable in for some video cameras and that. And let me tell you, with a bright day and a white rubber roof, oh, maron, it was bright. The first day I went up there just to see the situation, I came down the manhole or that ladder that they have that goes to the roof hatch, blind. I mean blind. So I bought these. Okay, but I digress. Okay, what we're going to talk about today. A friend of mine lives in an apartment complex, second floor, has a balcony and an overhang on the balcony. And because he's on the second floor and there's an overhang on the balcony, he's not allowed to put a grill out there. Well, understandably. I mean, well, kind of because you really got to have your gas grill open and high and that, to set the apartment complex on fire. So my friend asked me, he said, what I do have, he said he has a Coleman camper stove, and one of the big ones. I mean, it's like 30 inches wide as opposed to the one I have that's like 24 inches, whatever, right? So I came up with a design, to help him out. And it has to do with, it's a piece of wood kind of like this that goes over the handrail, and then down here with two set screws, or not set screws, but like carriage bolts with wing nuts that hold it to the balcony. The challenging part was he can't have it under the balcony, so it had to be an overhang. And let's face it, we don't want to piss the people upset the people downstairs off by having our gas-fired, propane gas-fired, whatever, camping stove fall on their terrace. Well, it ain't gonna happen. I came up with a design, and again, this one I actually did. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, I actually did. So, because you know me, a lot of times I do stuff just off the top of the head. I don't even make drawings. This one, I actually made some drawings for. But I didn't like some of them. I don't know if you can, how clear that comes through. This part here, right, has to fit. This part here has to fit over this part. Yeah, I'm getting used to this new camera, excuse me. it has to fit over the lip of the balcony and attached to the rails that support the balcony. So I figured, well, the easiest way to do that, I called him up. I asked him, how big's your stove? He tells me it's because the one I said, I'm judging by one that I have here, which is only like 20 inches, 18 inches. He tells me, no, it's a big one. It's 30 inches wide. Oh, shit. Oh, excuse me. Didn't mean to say shit. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Right. I said, okay, how wide? He tells me about 30 inches. So I said, well, then I'm going to make the deck 36 inches. Well, that just made my mind work to make the support members to hold it on, because I'm thinking of using kind of like a let's see, kind of like this, but with like this also to hold it to the top. Do I have that orientated right? This new camera is really screwing me up because everything's backwards. Okay, you know, like this to slip over the railing of the balcony, and then extend this, and the front, of course, the same, and maybe throw since it's 36 inches in length, maybe 4 carriage bolts and some wing nuts on there, so that, you know, if they come by and want to inspect, you're not cooking outside, you take it off real quick. Well, I started the project today. Oh, and the best part was the grill, or the Coleman camping stove, whatever, cannot be under the canopy of the what the hell you call it, the deck, whatever, right? So it's got to be, if the deck is here, the stove has got to be out here. So it's got to overhang. Well, I thought, and once again, if you viewed my previous videos, the neighbors and the family thought there was a house fire going because they smelt the wood burning up here in thought. Well, let me show you what I came up with so far. I think I have it right here. Yeah, I do. Well, first of all, to be an overhang, it's got to be extremely supportive. So far what I have is this guy here, right? Here's a slot. Gave me the measurements of what his rail was. This will slip over, like if, let's say, for instance, this isn't, I'm dropping wood all over the place here. I'm a one-man show, and I'm trying to manipulate 57 things at one time, and wait a second. Yeah, it's out. Okay, no big deal. So this slot is made to fit, and let's say, for the sake of argument, this is the balcony rail, right? The longer rail, okay? Under here. What the hell is popping up now with all this no stuff? I don't know what the hell that is. Okay, but anyway. So, I made it to put over the rail with piece of wood, and you can't see it, and a piece of wood in the middle. That's about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches thick, which he told me was enough to fit over the railing. Then I figured this thing has to have an overhang. So I used some of this angle steel that has all the holes in it, And I got to tell you also, this is all built from stuff that was in the shop. I don't have a dime invested into it. And since he's a friend of mine, I'm not going to charge him for my labor. And it's his first new apartment. So I did that on both ends. Right? I attached, the angle iron here, or the angle steel here, here, or here, and here, and then again here and here. Believe me, it ain't going anywhere. I know right now it's deeper than he needs, but hey, those are the pieces I had. And I have 4 more pieces that I just have to get his dimensions, and I'll put it together. But that's the idea. The idea is my idea is to put 2 or 3, well, since it's so long, 4 carriage bolts through the base of it that are extended below to hold on to the railing of his second floor balcony, so that you tighten wing nuts and it's tight. The landlord wants to come by, says, are you cooking outside? Something like that. Back the wing nuts off, bang, pick it up. You don't even have to take it all apart. Just bank the wing nuts off so it picks up and throw it in the closet. Right? Like I said, yeah, it's a new idea. It was requested. But you know what? This kid's a good friend of mine. So I have to do it for him. Right? And I got to make sure that the goddamn thing doesn't fall with an overhang. And then I decided, you know what? To make it even more strength on the front, I'm going to use 3 pieces of 1/4-inch pine. Probably about, they're about 4 inches. They're like 6 inches, 1 by 6, right? And I'm going to reinforce it, the back of it, when the screws go through on both sides. Guess what? I'm going to use oak to reinforce what goes against the railings. I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first and second don't count where that oak is coming from. Guess 1, you're wrong. Guess 2, you might be. Guess 1, you might be right, knowing me. Guess 2, I'm not going to the store and buying anything to make something for free for a friend. If I had to, I would. Guess 3, yes, you're right. I'm going to use oak pallets as the reinforcement. Not for the finish on this. I'm only going to use the pallet wood because it's good oak. I'm going to run it through the planer. I'm going to sand it. I'm going to treat it with Thompson's water seal or whatever other, waterproofing is out there. I used to be a big fan of Thompson's water seal, but I started using another brand. What the hell is it called? It's I don't have the gallon right under my feet. I'm sorry. But, it's all going to be finished like that. And then it will be covered in what they call spar varnish. Spar varnish, it's the stuff they use on boats. It's saltwater safe and stuff like that. But to me, anything I do that's going to be weathered, I am a spar varnish fan. It doesn't have, you can get it in matte finish and gloss finish and stuff like that. It does have a tendency to turn your wood or your final finish of the wood, when you go over it, a little shade darker. But you know what? That's okay. The protection is good. It's great. If it's something that you're building that's going to be out in the weather, soak it in spar varnish. so, I mean, over many layers, thin layers at a time, but do it with spar varnish. When you drill your holes, like in this case, I'm going to have to drill 2 holes to put wing nuts or whatever on there to hold it to the balcony of the apartment complex. This project's a challenge. It really, really is. I'm not going to post what I have so far. I mean, I did post what I have so far, but I'm not going to post the finished product until I find out if it friggin' works, right? Which I think it will. I really, really think it will. It may be from the head. No particular plans, because nobody's ever asked for anything like this before. That's the fantastic thing about woodworking. And when people know you're a woodworker and you're good at it, they'll come up to you with crazy stuff and ask you, can you do this? You stop, you think a second. It took me a day to get back to my friend Justin and tell him, yeah, I can do that. And he didn't even ask me to do it. I volunteered to do it for him. His new home? What the hell? What are friends for? I'll keep you posted on this. And this time, I'm going to keep track of, this is video number 1 of probably a few, right? To make this, let's call it the balcony camping grill / hibachi support member. How about that? Okay? For right now, this is Marcel, the Wood Butcher, saying, protect your eyes, protect your lungs, protect your ears, and don't forget about these guys. I haven't been to the emergency room now for for, oh my God, almost 2.5 years. And they healed nicely. I cut this one good. I lost a tip of this one and this one on the table saw, but I mean, very, very minor. And it was due to kickback and not using the proper push tools. And that's another video though. Okay? So for right now, again, I'm going to go through it again. Protect your eyes, protect your lungs, protect your ears, and don't forget about these guys. And Semper Fi. Bye-bye.